In this video, I'm going to show you how to add people to the family tree using a census record. So here you are in the family search homepage. You're going to hit search records, and then you can pick any record collection. I'm going to show you how to do it with a census record because US Census records are pretty amazing because you get to see the family all together. So I type in United States Census 1910. And then you want to pick either the surname that you want to work on, or in this case, I'm going to show you how to do a place. Okay, so I'm going to hit Canby, Oregon, and then make it exact. And sometimes when you first do it, maybe don't do it exact just to make sure you got the name spelled right. But when I come in here, I can see right away that, oops, it says here, include, let's see what happened here. Okay, here's where we get the 40,000. Let me just try this one more time. Okay, so notice now that we're narrowed down to 2,000 just for Canby, Oregon. Now here's the thing I want you to notice right away is over here, you can see these little icons, and that means this person's on the tree and is attached to that person. You can come down here. Now to make my job a little easier, I'm going to focus in on one particular group. I'm going to focus on people born between 1905 and 1910. I think these are the people that I'm the most likely to be able to add to the tree. Okay, so here we go. You can see a lot of them are on the tree already. That's what those icons mean. And then right here, so we'll start with Rhoda Napier. So what I'm going to do at this point, let me show you, there's a couple things. The first thing to always check for is right over here. These are related records. So these are records that might be for the same person. And you'll want to check to see if any of these related records has one of these pedigree icons. Because notice here, I can click here. I can copy that ID. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the record in a new window. So here I am looking at this. I'm going to hit review and attach record. And then I'm going to paste that ID that I just put right there. So let's take a look. So you can see that this was pointing to a person that's already on the tree. And as I look at this, you can see that in fact, it looks like the dad remarried, but that's a fantastic match right there. And she is also then a good match. And notice now I can use the census record to get her birth state. And then I can add in her brother as well to the tree. Okay, so in this case, I didn't get to add the person I was focused on, but I did get to add her brother. And then if I go to Rhoda, I can come in here and add in her birth state. And it's telling me, it has this little message saying birth born before mother could have children, which means that Ida was very likely a stepmom. And so we could go in and fix other aspects of the family if we wanted to. But for now, I think this is going to be fine. Okay, so then we close. And notice that you don't have to hit refresh, but if I hit refresh, it'll show me that list again. And what we'll discover is that now Rhoda will have a little icon next to her, which is a good way of keeping track of which people have already been added to the tree. Okay, so come here and notice Rhoda is now on the tree. So we'll go to the next person. So with Ross again, there's similar records. And so again, we can do the same thing. We copy his ID, and then we're going to open this in a new window. And then we just hit review and attach. And sometimes it'll come up right there. And so instead of pasting it here, you just hit select. And so now again, we can go through this record and attach people and look if there's things from the census that we can add. Okay, let me try to, let me do one more and see if we can find someone who's not already on the tree. This is a good example though. Let me show you one thing we can do here. This is Williams is the head and he's living with his dad. So if we hit change to William, then we can add his or attach his father here to the tree. Okay, so this next one, I'm going to just show you how to do it if you didn't find a person already on the tree. So here we have Emma. And notice I don't have any clues, so this will be a good one to do. I'm going to open this in a new window. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this record over here to the right, so I have them kind of side by side. Now one thing I could do is I could see if her dad's maybe in a record. So he doesn't have any records either. So this will be good. I can show you how to add a brand new person to the tree. So we'll start with their dad. We'll go John. And so the key thing here, this is the hardest part. You just have to go to a person page and then hit recents and then hit add and connect to person and then bring in the information. So now what I'm doing is I'm copying the information from the record onto the tree. Okay. And sometimes at this point, it'll say maybe that it found a possible match. You'll want to check that. So we're going to create this person. Okay, so now notice he has a PID, so we can copy that. We can bring it over here to this other window. Now we're going to hit review and attach. And then either we can click the select right here, or we can paste in the ID. And now we just attached a census record to him. So now John's on the tree, and he's also attached to the census. And then we're going to add in his wife. And for her, we're going to take out her last name because we don't know what her maiden name is. Though actually, her maiden name is very likely Yoder. So that's awesome when we find a brother-in-law. And then we will add in these other kids. So notice that what we've done is we've just put this whole family on the tree. And at this point, what I would start to do then is I would go and see if I can find some more information about this family. Okay, let's just refresh that. So here we have our John. You notice here he is with his wife and kids. One thing I can do is hit view tree and look at descendancy and see if any record hints come up. We can also come to Emma. So this is interesting that no other records are showing up. My guess is it's probably because Ragel is not correctly spelled. So one thing we could do is go look at the image and see if maybe it was incorrectly indexed. Another thing we can do is take a look at that record here on Ancestry and notice that someone is saying that actually it should have been Rogie. And you can see actually, if I come in here, then it takes me to a find a grave, and I can see that that is in fact my person. And so what will happen now is I fix the spelling, it might be able to find if she's already on the tree. And so once we've added this family to the tree, then what we do is we just look for other records that we can attach. In this case, I'm going to bring over her birth information. She was born in Maxburg, which is right there next to Canby. And then bring in this information. Okay, and notice that as I add this other information, I start getting more, more sources that I can attach. Then I can also do the same thing for her father. And so from there, I'd probably, I might spend another 5 minutes kind of cleaning up this family, adding in other children, attaching other sources. And ultimately, my goal is to take this family that I added to the tree and branch out until I connect to other people who are on the tree. So I hope this is a great experience for you, and feel free to pick any place in the census that you can start to grow the tree.